Well, hi, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me here in my shop. Today is April 14th, and it's been a couple days since I've been in here. And the reason for that is the extraordinary summer-like weather we're having right now. Yesterday was 27 degrees. That's bizarre, 27 degrees in the middle of April. And, far be it to be down here in the shop when the weather's like that. The same thing today. Today's going to be 24 degrees, sunny all day, not too much humidity yet. But here I am. So I think I ended the last video saying I should test all these tubes, and that's true, and I haven't done it yet. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to test them, starting with this guy here. This guy. This is a 6 SK7. And it doesn't want to come out. Wow. There's two 6 SK7s in here. I'm pretty sure I tested all these tubes. By the way, it was 2 years ago when I worked on this radio. I was shocked. I thought it was 6 months ago. It was 2 years ago. And the other shocking thing is I did 50 videos, which means I did about 50 hours of work in this thing. Oh my gosh, I sort of remember it now, but I don't want to remember too much about it because it's too painful. I don't want to suffer the pain. Hopefully, after a couple years with a little more experience, I can sort out what's going on in the radio. But I thought the problem in that radio, just change the lights here. Oops, that's not going to work. I thought the problem in the radio had to do with the local oscillator, but apparently not. So I had this set up for 6 SK7. Let's just double check. 6.3 to 10L 17251 17251 4630 4630 C 44. Right. It's okay. There we go. So I'd be surprised if any of these tubes are bad. But you never know. I fixed a radio for somebody, well, I don't know. I don't know anymore, 6 months ago. And big radio. We got it home. It called me up. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Oh my gosh. So luckily he lived here in the same city I live in, so he just brought it back. And it only took me a couple of minutes to discover a tube had failed between my house and his house. So maybe that's happened with this radio too. Maybe we have a tube failure. Explain why it's so weak. I don't think this will be the tube. So 12 SK7 should come to 1520, which is about halfway here. So this tube is serviceable without a doubt. Now there's another 6 SK7 in here. That's why I picked this tube tight to do first. Okay, that came right out. Oh, okay, 6 SQ7. That's not what I thought it was. Okay, there we are, 6 SK7. The last one I think was the IF amplifier, and this one is the RF amplifier. This radio has a separate oscillator tube. It's not a combined mixer oscillator. Or is it? Maybe this is the oscillator. I don't know. Oh. That's not very good. Let's just double check everything here. So I'm pretty sure the settings have to be correct. Second tube I'm doing 15, definitely 1520, so it should come up to here. Okay, we did a new 6 SK7. Okay, let's try this as a replacement. Could it be the case that while I'm working on a radio for 50 hours, one of the tubes, which was good at the start, is a dud at the end, and that's what I'm fighting with without realizing it. I don't know. Let's find out if this tube's going to do the trick. That's not much better. It's going up, going up. Still a little weak, I would say. Let's try test here. Well, it's going to get there. Well, maybe not. Let's try another one. Now I have about, I don't know, 25 pre-tested 6SK7s. I know that they're all relatively good, but I have some untested ones here, and that's what we're going through right now. Ooh, there we are. That's a winner. Okay, we'll put this in the radio. I do want the very best tubes in the radio. So, okay, the bad 6SK7 is sitting by the garbage can. Next one we'll do this one with the cap on it. This, I believe, is involved in the, I don't know, 6K8. I won't say anymore. 6K8. This could be the mixer tube. I don't know offhand. 6K8. This guy goes back in here. I'm just going to leave the camera running here. 6K. Oh, 6K. 6K. So this tube has the 3-letter designation 6K8. If it said 6SK, S would mean single-ended, and there'd be no cap on the top. I don't know that there is a 6SK8 though. Okay, don't plug it in, Jim. You gotta set this thing up. 220L. That's the bias setting. 27345. 27345. 0610. 43. C. P1 and G1. P2 and G2. This is a 2-part tube. Okay, I'll give that just a moment. This tube, careful now, I'm reading the wrong line, 27343, 780, 780, so it only has to get up like about here. I don't think this can be causing our radio to be really, really weak. It's not bad. It's got wear on it, I guess. A bit of mileage on it. Okay, next tube to do would have to be this one here. 6SQ7. 6SQ7. 12SQ7. 12 and the 6 are the same. But I think I'm going to get the 6SQ7. Signal level 1, 18L, 25100, 25100, 3760. '48 and plate is A. Yeah, I may have jumped here. 25,100, 3760. 3760. 37. Yeah, I did. F. 6 SQ7. There we go. Now I wonder if you can see outdoors. Open my window here. Kind of see the sunshine. It's a little too much for the camera right now, but that's my sunny backyard back there. There's a warning on the radio today: don't start gardening. Don't even rake the leaves off your lawn yet. Don't be fooled. I saw a lot of people out there yesterday. Okay, fooled by the strange good weather. Okay, so this guy's good. 760. Just also just about here. Oh yeah. Now we'll check the diode side of things. 201. Excuse me. 2013P. 0760. 0760. 48. A. P1, P2 diode test. Plate 1 and plate 2. Two tests. The diode test, we're pushing this button. And all it's got to do is just come up above my finger here to prove it's good. Look for shorts. Nope. Test. And it's up above the recheck point, and then we do plate 2, same test, same result. Good tube. Good tube. You think just replacing one tube is going to make a huge difference in this radio? That's all the radio type tubes. The only other one that might be of interest would be the output tube. 6V6, a very, very common output tube. There's T6 V6, signal level 4, 20H. Did I say 20 or 30? 6, slow down. 30H. 30H. Don't be rushing here. 27345, 27345. 27345. 0610. 0610. 44. F. 1220. So up above where my finger is now. I have many of these tubes. Now, if this tube's weak, yeah, you'd have low output, low volume, but it would still be receiving normally and operating normally. No short. But these tubes do wear out. What was this one supposed to be? Yeah, 1200, just above there. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a goodie. Number 7. Okay. Replacing one tube. I'm not bothering with the rectifier. Ooh, a rectifier. Well, so it's a long shot. I would pick it up on subsequent testing, but a weak rectifier going to give you low B+, give you low output and bad operation. I think this is a 5Y3. Big green check mark on it, but it's been polished off. I don't think you can. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's a 5Y3. and what is supposed to go in the radio here. Let's just take a look. V4 rectifier 5Y3. 5Y3. Tricky diagram here. See the tube that they have shown as V1? It's actually a second tube pictured behind it. And the only way you can tell is because you can see this wire coming up and going onto the cap. But it looks like one tube. But it's actually two there. You won't follow me. Won't follow me. Won't fool me. Now what did I do with the tube? Here it is. Excuse me. 5Y3 rectifier tube. Trouble reading this. There it is. 5Y3. Set this to 5 right away. Zero 7030. 07030. P 060. P 060. 25 E. It's going to be a short. It's going to show up on pin test number 1, short test number 1. And we're doing 2 plates. There's two tubes in here. It's very unlikely this tube is weak. Let's see. Why do I say that? Because that's what I think. I have an opinion. You know. There's the short coming up, as expected. And we're testing the rectifier. It must come above here. There's a little thing here. You may not be able to see it, but there's a little indicator. So pretty much past halfway. And she's good. Okay, all tubes are good. Now, replaced one, which was quite a weak tube. That's this one, 6SK. I gotta look at 2 charts here to figure this out. Okay, so that'd be V1. So RF amplifier right in the front of the radio. First thing the signal is encountering. So maybe that's the problem. Now we don't really have an antenna hooked up because my antenna switch is switched. Doing a fair bit of radio listening yesterday. I've been listening lately. I've been trying to pick up airplanes flying over the Atlantic Ocean. It's pretty easy to pick up the air traffic control from New York and from Gander in Canada on the East Coast. So you can listen to the dispatcher fairly easily, or the air traffic controller. Hearing the airplanes, most of the time you don't actually hear the airplanes. Once in a while you can kind of hear them. Occasionally they can hear them quite clearly. And what's interesting is the airplanes, they fly on a path across the Atlantic Ocean. They have a certain location. They all fly, or they don't all fly, but most of them fly on this path. So that's where they're expected to be. Now if there's a thunderstorm in the path, they can only follow it so far, and then the pilot may want to not go through the thunderstorm. So then the air traffic control will vector them. It's really interesting when that happens, because up until then everything is pretty routine. And problems in communication, because it's shortwave radio they're using, 8 megahertz and frequencies like that. They start having trouble hearing each other, Well, the air traffic controller is trying to tell this plane to go around this way, but he wants to allow the pilot to make choices. So he gives a range of where he can fly. And then they have to confirm this, of course, because there's other planes flying in the same route. And it can get kind of exciting to listen to them as they struggle to make sure the messages are getting through. Because it's shortwave radio. It's like ham radio. Can you believe it? And today, planes fly over the Atlantic Ocean and they talk on shortwave bands? Yes, they do. And it has all the problems of shortwave, including blackouts. It can have a blackout. Say an X-ray discharge from the sun can disrupt the Earth's atmosphere enough that shortwave radio can black out. It usually doesn't last very long, an hour or two or so. But during that time, there can be certain bands that are just useless. Imagine a bunch of planes flying over the ocean. They've been vectored around the storm, and now they're waiting for more instructions or whatever. Actually, the instructions include getting back on course. So when they tell them, okay, you can go as much as 2 kilometers to your right, and they fly, they're also told, be back on course by this time, and radio me, is what the air traffic controller says, radio me when you're there. So they go off and do their thing, and when they get back on course, they radio, okay, we're back on course again. Pretty interesting. You can couple that with these websites that show you where airplanes are in the sky. I haven't had much luck in doing that, trying to identify the particular airplane I'm listening to or the air traffic control guy is talking to. I'm looking on this map, and there's a million planes flying around, trying to figure out which one is the one I'm listening to. So that's what I've been doing on shortwave. Okay, talking about shortwave, I could have turned this on, and we could have had it operating. That was my B+ check. I did that already, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, that's off. There we go. Okay, I'm going to run and oh yeah, there's motorboating, all kinds of stuff going on here. I'm going to run and turn on the antenna. What's happening? When I first came in, just seconds before I turned on the camera here, the radio was quiet, but it was motorboating, like you hear. And then it went and did the opposite of what it just did now. Well, we gotta do a little bit of poking here. I spent a lot of time on this switch, if I remember right. Yes, it's coming back to me now. This switch was a major, major headache for me. What is that? And what band are we on? Okay, we're on the broadcast band. I'm hooked up to the shortwave antenna. The input to the broadcast antenna doesn't seem to do a thing. And you know what? This isn't the antenna channel. This didn't hook it up to the antenna. What? Too many leads. Here's the real antenna. Oh my. Doesn't that make a difference? Okay, just ignoring the motor loading. I'd say this radio's working. Except for that. There's bad alignment on this band. Any one station would be great. Oh. Come and go. It's like the worst problems. Oh! What happened there? What happened? We were doing great.
He was teaching that Jesus was not equal to the Father, that he held a lesser position.
May have been the speaker connection.
Teaching that Jesus proceeded from the Father. That, of course, is a big no-no in the Christian church.
Well,
Do not mess with the divinity of Christ.
the next thing I should work on is this problem. I'm going to guess it has something to do with this volume control, which, am I wrong? I replaced this volume control, and I think things have been downhill since then. Ooh. Yeah, it's still going. Still doing that. It's just a coincidence I was poking here when it went dead. Oh boy. Well, not coming up easy. This radio really hurt my head the last time I worked on it. But so far so good. We know it works. I know the problem is intermittent, obviously. It's just a question of finding it. Fantastic. Was it this? Still hear it. Usually I can't walk away from these things, you know. What's this? Well, it's gone totally silent. Tube in a tube socket. Don't think so. Now it's gone really quiet. Okay, I think some, standard troubleshooting approach to this. Start with the where the signal's coming into the antenna, and just try to follow it through the radio, and see where it disappears. I guess I don't know. I'm gonna do it tomorrow though, because I showed you what it's like outside. I'm going outside. That's where my cats are. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and I may or may not be in here tomorrow. It just depends upon the sunshine, how I'm feeling. It's supposed to be nice again tomorrow. See ya.